Salam. I finally decided to stop procrastinating and publish this podcast, post the first episode on my YouTube channel. This is called the Loubna Pod, and in the first episode I want to focus on what am I saying? I want to focus on productivity. What does productivity mean to you? Take a few seconds to think about it. To me, productivity is a link between two essential concepts, time and work. When I hear the word productivity, I think about how much work I can do in the shortest time possible. But let's actually see what Cambridge has to say about this. Now, what is the definition of productivity in the Cambridge Dictionary, which you know that I absolutely love and trust? Now, they say, and I'm going to choose a quick one. Yes, I prefer this one. So, the ability to do as much work as possible in a particular period. Okay, so in Arabic, obviously, we say الإنجليزية, la productivité in French. Today, I want to talk about some tips and tricks that help me boost my productivity. And the first tip is about setting goals. Imagine you're wearing a blindfold, okay? You can't see anything. That's life without goals. So the first tip is setting goals, but not any goals, clear goals. I think one of the mistakes I used to make is, let's say, for example, I want to learn English or I want to speak better English. These are not specific goals. These are not clear goals. I think it's better to phrase it like this. I want to speak better English by the end of this year. Or, I want to boost my vocabulary and speak better English by learning 10 words every day. When you set goals that are clear, your brain knows what to do. Another thing I want to say about this is you should write down your goals. We function in different ways. Some people prefer to do this in a digital way on your laptop or phone, but you can also have a notebook, but just write them down. I feel like when you see something, especially if you're a visual learner or if you're a visual person in general, when you see it written, there is a high chance you'll actually do it. But if you just speak about it or you have it in your mind, it doesn't mean that you're going to actually do it. The second tip, there's something called the Pomodoro technique. Now, Pomodoro, I don't know if I'm saying it right, and I don't know the origin of this word, but you can share with me more details or more information in the comments. In the comments. Now, this method or technique has helped me so much because I'm not someone who can work for a long period of time. I do struggle with focus for long periods. Now, it's something that combines work and break. Now, you can work, but you take time for a break. So I think this technique includes working for 25 minutes, then you take a 5-minute break, then you repeat it 4 times. After repeating this technique 4 times, then you can take a longer break. And I'm just in love with this method or technique because of the breaks. In those 5 minutes, what I usually do is go on my phone, but that's really tough if you don't know how to control your use of social media. So I recommend maybe just resting your eyes or, I don't know, looking out the window, doing something not necessarily productive, but just have fun. Sometimes I even eat some snacks or chocolate in those 5 minutes to do something nice and to feel better, because I'm someone who needs lots of motivation and energy if I'm working or if I'm studying. So the Pomodoro technique, like I said, includes 25 minutes of work and then a 5-minute break. After that, you repeat it 4 times and then you can take longer breaks. Woo! Who doesn't love breaks? I feel like this helps with focus, but also tiredness. If you're someone who gets tired quickly, I think sometimes I don't even last 25 minutes without saying, oh, I need a break. So if you're like me, then this technique would do wonders for you or would work perfectly for you. So tip number 3 is about distractions. I am easily distracted. So I've been thinking about something that could help me deal with this issue. And I think removing distractions is the simplest way I could say this. The simplest thing I can share with you is remove distractions. I mean, it's not easy. Let's say you have kids. You can't remove kids if you're the one watching them. But you can give them a game to focus on, be smart about it, get someone else to watch them. We don't all have that privilege, but find a way to remove the distractions. If it's your phone, then put your phone upside down. Don't look at your phone. Turn it off even. If you have a TV next to you, this is something I'm guilty of. I love watching movies and shows. You see my stories on Instagram all the time. So when I have a TV next to me, I am not going to get any work done because I'm just going to watch the next episode and the next. And I'm going to start binge watching my favorite show and forget what I was doing. Removing distractions will boost your productivity. That's something. Take it from me because I struggle with avoiding distractions. I'm easily distracted. Noise. We don't always have the luxury of removing noise. Maybe we share a room with our siblings or you live in a noisy neighborhood. But at least you can try by wearing headphones or working outside. You can take your notebook, laptop and go outside and work. But removing distractions is important, and I know how hard it is. It's not always possible, but you have to be especially careful when it comes to your phone. I don't do anything if I have my phone next to me. So the fourth tip is making a to-do list. Why are to-do lists important? And I'm going to talk about my experience. When I have a to-do list, I know I'm busy. I think the best way to go about to-do lists is to try and write some tasks on this to-do list the night before. This helps me maybe think about those tasks when I'm sleeping, or when I wake up the next day, I already have my to-do list ready and I save time in the morning, especially if I'm in a rush or if I have work to do. So your to-do list should ideally be ready the night before, but this is just my method. Everything I'm sharing in this video, things that worked for me, those are things that worked for me, and you can obviously change them, or maybe if you disagree with something, don't use it. My advice is, if you're doing to-do lists, please try to be specific. If you just write the word read on your to-do list, that's not really enough. For me, read 1 page of a book or read half a page of the Quran. You really have to be specific. Once I see it, my brain, it's like it sticks in my brain and I just can't remove it because I know I have to do this. This is a goal on my to-do list. Another way I use to-do lists is to clean. I love cleaning, but there are periods of time where I struggle with being productive. This is why I made this video, to remind myself as well. So what I do is I actually write down what I need to clean. Sometimes you can even find on my to-do list, clean your toothbrush. It's so simple. Or clean your socks. Or wash your face with, and then I write or type, if it's on my phone, the name of the brand I'm going to be using. Okay, so that's how specific your to-do list need to be. And let's talk about the satisfaction of checking those boxes when the task is done. That is really a good feeling. Once I clean that desk or I wash my face and I check that box, I feel good. I feel like today I didn't just sit around and do nothing, but I actually did something.